think we might have a charge problem. Hello and welcome back to Automotive Tales. Now, literally a person has asked for an update on the Rolls. Well, as you can see, we are in the Rolls-Royce, or the Duchess as we like to call her, today. Now, unfortunately, as a result of a number of really difficult family emergencies, this year has really not gone to plan. So the hope was to get the car out, do a load of work, deal with some of these door tops that needed doing, a bit of the veneer on the dashboard and a few of the bits and pieces. Unfortunately, she has been languishing in her garage for 6-7 months now. There have been other things that you will have seen on the channel that have taken up my time, some very questionable life choices in the shape of a Peugeot. Right, here goes. All making a noise. And a much more entertaining Porsche 944. So what I will do is give you a quick update, although there isn't much really to tell you. So after the last video, we did have one more outing in the car. So I actually had to take the car back to Dwayne at Starman's. We had a bit of an electrical issue and I did film some bits on that, so I will insert that now. You've got to love an old car. Fix one thing and something else breaks. Maybe there's a law there, never fix everything on a car. So at the moment it looks like we've got no charging. We've got a static zero draw, zero gain on the battery meter, unless you put some revs on and start to charge. Now, it doesn't appear to be doing it now, but when we were driving it just a minute ago, when you come to idle, the battery light was coming on. So let's do a little test and see what we're getting at the battery. Okay, so we have our multimeter here, so we're just going to line that up and see if we get 12 or 14 volts. So we should get 14.4 if the alternator is charging properly. So there we have it, 12.6 volts. That's not right. Okay, so I've enlisted a little bit of help so that we can see what happens when you apply a few revs. So go for it. Right, so you can see there we're seeing 14.8, 14.9. Okay, kill it at that. So it's definitely overcharging at revs, and it's now undercharging. It's slowly dropping down towards 12. So it looks like we've got a voltage regulator problem. Joy. So as they say, there is no such thing as a cheap Rolls-Royce. So here we are again, just a week after returning from a few bits of work. We have a charge problem. So it appears that the alternator has decided it doesn't want to be an alternator anymore. We're getting anything from 10 volts to about 16 volts. So the chaps here at Starman's have very kindly said they will swap it out for us while we wait, so we can get back on the road and go home. So let's get on. So an unusual quirk of the SZ chassis cars is your voltage regulator. It depends on the model, it changes quite a lot, but in this particular one, an 81, the voltage regulator is here in the boot, not part of the alternator. Most modern cars I've come across, it's built into the back of the alternator, so that's unusual. We've had to test that. Turns out the voltage regulator is just fine. So Kyle is busy fitting a new alternator. While Carl was beaving away on the Duchess, we had time to be a little bit arty-farty. Starman's is right next door to Flying Spares, so we had the opportunity to have a little wander around the yard. So thank you very much to Flying Spares for allowing us to go and take some photos. So, a big thank you to Kyle and Dwayne at Starman's for fixing the Duchess there and then on the spot and putting a new alternator on and getting her back on the road. Now, the intention was we would then go out and do some more road trips. We would go back to the Concourse of Elegance for the 2021 showing. However, none of those things really came to pass because of the things I talked about earlier. We did end up taking a slightly different vehicle, which I will do a video on at some point. Maybe a spoiler at the very end of the video if you keep watching. So yesterday was really the first outing for the Duchess. We got her out for a friend's wedding. While we weren't the wedding car, as we were with the Fiat a few weeks back, we did take it along because we thought, well, we better go in style, as the bride herself had booked a Rolls-Royce for their wedding car. So that was up at the delightful Cork Abbey. So congratulations to Rosie and Craig. It was an absolutely stunning wedding, and it was a good excuse to get the Duchess out. So that's really all there is to tell you about the car. We haven't really done anything else other than, well, I've added some really nice sheep's wool mats to the floors because that's what it should have had. They're proper original ones, so it gives it that nice soft shag pile carpet type feel. And that's literally it. That's it. And I've thrown a bucket of water over the car. So that's a bit of an update for you on the Duchess. Sadly, because of a slight change in circumstances, the Duchess is going to have to go into professional storage. So we've already placed one car into that storage facility, and we're about to place a Duchess in next week. Although I am going to take it to work this week because, well, why not? Why wouldn't you? So hopefully we can give you some more info on that. We're going to use our friends at Henry's Car Barn, who are very kindly looking after two of the vehicles for us while we make some space for other projects and other things that are changing around and about. Now that will mean some exciting new cars. We might not get an update on the Rolls over winter. She'll probably stay in storage for the duration, but hopefully in spring we'll get her out and do some bits on it. Start to actually get the dashboard apart, fix that veneer, fix these door tops. I've been desperate to do that for such a long time and finally get round to doing something about the seats. Now, I know one person did comment to say the seats don't look that bad, and to be honest, they aren't that bad. They're very, very comfortable. But they're getting a bit dirty and they're showing their age and they're starting to crack a bit. So we think they need a clean and they need a bit of feed, and just to kind of keep the patina but keep them going a little bit longer. Well, thank you for watching this very short update on the Rolls-Royce. If you want to keep up to date with the things that we're doing on a more regular basis, then of course check us out on social media. So we're on Instagram and Twitter, and we have a little Facebook page somewhere tucked away. So yeah, feel free to join in on social media. Until then, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and hopefully that will help us to create more content so we can maybe actually get the Rolls out more and do more of the project cars. So until next time, bye for now.